Jay Buchsbaum back here again at Midwood for the last installment of the library wines from Yatir Forest. And this is, of course, the Yatir Forest, which they have several different wines, but the Forest is the one, Yatir is the one that's the blend generally of a classic Bordeaux blend. And even though it doesn't come from Bordeaux, what we mean by that is it has classic Bordeaux grapes in it: Cabernet Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot, etc. This particular one, or combination, or some, or both, or many of those, this particular one has a very interesting extra little wine to it. And it's a wine that's not usually in the Bordeaux grapes. It's a blend of Cabernet, Petit Verdot, and Tannat. It has 9% Tannat. Of course, Tannat is a palindrome. Palindrome means that you can read it backwards and forwards. Tannat. So, we have many of those words in Hebrew as well, which are vinosnu as example. Because anytime you give, it's like you're taking too. It's always good for yourself. So, this Yatir Tannat, interestingly enough, is 15% alcohol. The last two we tasted, oh my goodness. You see the purple on that as I pour it out? So the last two we tasted are 14.5%, or just under 15. This is a full 15, which means that the grapes ripened more. You had more sugar at harvest. Of course, that was all fermented out, and you should have a more viscous, richer, thicker, more flavorful, but definitely heavier texture in the wine. The wine is black and maroon and a little bit of purple. And I always like to put it, and that's why I brought this white piece of paper. I always like to put my wines against a white background so you can see what it looks like fully. Now, this is the actual current vintage. So it's really wonderful to see what Naftali has done and how smart he's been about choosing the wines that he has. Because this wine is definitely closed in. It's got a nose to it, but compared to the 10, which is bursting with fruit at the nose, this nose you could tell is there, but it's more licorice and anise, less fruit and less cherries. So now's the time to get it so that by the time it is sold out, although knowing Naftali, he's probably going to put some aside of this too. This is really interesting. As a professional, I'm supposed to, spit everything. I sometimes can't spit this stuff. It's so good. This is quite delicious. It's still got tons of fruit, but lots of tannins. It's actually a little bit lighter on the tannins on the gums, which would indicate to me that perhaps the balance of fruit and phenolics were more in balance this year. But still, it has a long way to go. And thank you, Naftali, for allowing us to drink these three library wines: 2009, 2010, and 2014, Yatir Forest. L'chaim and a good Shabbos.